migration of these health professionals to other countries so that we create jobs for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, by indication, I need to give the floor to Honorable Minority Leader.
My respected colleague, thank you for being here this morning. I know you were expecting to have your day with us last night. I'm sure because of some disagreement, we couldn't have you. That notwithstanding, you made it again this morning. Let me ask you, first, on your CV, you've indicated you're a farmer. I know you to be a commercial farmer. Not many people know you to be a farmer. Can you share with us what you have done so far in your business life?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I hold a humble view that as a country, we have absolutely no reason to import food into this country. We can feed ourselves. And have spoken about this issue severally. And therefore, I took the trouble upon myself to demonstrate it. And so I started with cocoa farming. Then I ventured into rice. Almost every household in this country consumes rice. Mr. Chairman, I start from planting through processing to distribution of rice. I started with not less than 150 acres of rice in the Western North region. At the moment, this year, Mr. Chairman, I'm doing not less than 5,000 acres of rice in the Yagaba, So, Kobori, and EZC area in the northern part of the country. And Mr. Chairman, I am determined to even go beyond that. We have not less than 3 processing machines across the country. One in Western North, another one in the Somenya area, and then we're putting up another one 15 kilometers towards Yendi in Tamale to even bring in other equipment like the parboil machine to be able to get the right quality of rice to be produced locally for the benefit of the country. Thank you.
Now, when MPP came into office 2017, I opted to stay out of government because I was doing so well in the private sector. I didn't want trouble. Kwabena, you are running, I don't want to use the word multi-million-dollar business. You are doing so well. I admire you. I respect you. You're doing so well in the private sector. I've seen my business go bad because I got into mainstream politics. How have you prepared a system to protect this your investment as you now move into limelight? And you're going to be held minister. That's your multi-million-dollar investment. You want to risk it? You ready?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this appointment is called to duty. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Honorable nominee, I do not have any assessment before me that your business is a multi-million-dollar business. So, accordingly, the multi-million-dollar aspect of the question is hereby expunged. You may proceed to answer the rest.
Chairman, in that chamber, those of us in the private sector, we know ourselves. So I would accept that multi-million and replace it with, he's doing so well. He's running a very successful, business. I buy equipment from him. And I do business with him, so I know, and he knows. But anyway, so health minister, how...
The question has been asked. May you proceed to give the answer?
Mr. Chairman, it's a company, and I'm not the only director. And so there are other systems to make sure that the company will run. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, today, yes, you did BSc Mathematics and Statistics. So I know you will be able to take the necessary questions with tact. There is often held perception that when new government assume office, people from all manner of places approach the new government, and it leads to termination of contracts, frustration of businesses. I have some businessmen who have sent me a message. And because you are a private sector man, they want to know what will be your attitude towards those who would come to you and say, terminate this, investigate this, do that. You mentioned the ambulance thing, for instance. The way you see it may not be how it is. All right? And as a businessman, what measures would you put in place to stop those hardliners who will come to you with that kind of attitude? Terminate, cancel, investigate, stop payment, don't pay, don't do this. What would be your attitude?
Please provide the answer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we all know that the private sector is the engine of growth. I am not prepared to capriciously terminate any contract. Mr. Chairman, as and when there is a need to inquire into it, I will do so.
Thank you very much.
The drone services, you become aware of it. What steps would you take as a health minister to improve upon it?
Mr. Chairman, I personally have raised issues on the drone on the floor of the House. And when this committee approves me, I'll further inquire. In fact, let me provide some facts to the committee on the drone matter. The Chairman, I have the Hansards here. Let me first concede and admit that to the extent that the drone services is, extending and supplying essential medications to the hard-to-reach areas in this country is a fantastic idea. Mr. Chairman, as leaders of this country, we owe it as a duty to be candid with the good people of this country. When this particular issue was discussed on the floor of the House, Mr. Chairman, the idea was that they were not going to take money from the government coffers to pay the services of the drone. But Mr. Chairman, we are paying. And then I have seen some contract between Ghana government and the drone services. And therefore, when I come, I'll take my time and then investigate. As and when there is a need, we'll cooperate with them because they are doing a fantastic job in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Kwabra, the last question, and then I would do a few comments. Yes, when my chief whip is doing systems and policies, who am I? Your party has promised a children's hospital in Accra. You are aware?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
What timeline should we expect this?
Mr. Chairman, with respect, let me get to the ministry, talk to the finance minister and my technical officers. Thank you.
So In this administration, Health Minister, what is that unique selling proposition you are bringing on board as a government in terms of your health policy? We know Kufo, when you go on the street, you say health insurance, they say Kufo. When you hear free SHS, they say akufo-addo. When you hear Metroma, they say Kufo bus. What is that unique selling proposition you are bringing on board as a government in the health sector?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, per our manifesto, we have promised free primary health care. And we are going to ensure that primary health care is free. Mr. Chairman, we have also promised that we are going to establish a fund called Mahama Care.
Honorable members, let's have some order to listen to the answer.
Again, we have promised in our manifesto to establish a fund called Mahama Care Fund to take care of chronic diseases. Mr. Chairman, it is our determination to make sure that Ghana becomes pharmaceutical hub. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, there is nothing further to add. We want to assure you that we're not taking a vote on you. We, outside, would support our friends to pass you by consensus. We are done. And Chairman, take note that we spent less than 30 minutes on this nominee. I spent, no, it's important. It's important. One good turn deserves another. We spent less than 30 minutes. I asked him only 3 key questions, and we've discharged him. So don't complain if we spend more time on another. Don't.
Honorable members, the indication from my right side is that I should have the opportunity to conclude. Honorable members, in conclusion, I acknowledge our revered guest behind the nominee, giving him the moral support. First on my list is Mrs. Lydia Nkrumah, the spouse of the nominee. Then we have Nana Bochi Ababio, the father of the nominee. Nana Ofori Ahinkan II, Sehui, Boinzanhini, and Kronti Hini of Sehui. We are so traditional council. We also have Nana Awurema II, Chief of Juaboso. We have Nana Kwesi Ababio, Chief of Bodi. We have Nana Kwesi Eduhini I, Chief of Jenasi. We have Alhaji Hafiz Adam, Chief Director, Ministry of Health. We have Dr. Richard Salome, General Secretary, Ghana Medical Association. And we have Dr. Eric Kofi Njedu, Chief Executive Officer, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, and Dean of the Chief Executives of Teaching Hospitals. We have Daniel Amanin Dankwa, Registrar Pharmacy Council. Then we have Nana Edu Kwesi, Chief of Survey, Antobia. We have Michael Edu, NDC Regional Chairman, Western Region. You are all welcome. Well, Western North Region, sorry. Honorable members, I have the pleasure of asking him a question, but I do not have a question for him. He sits so close to me. I know his competencies, and I believed he will deliver. We've seen his potentials. as a ranking member on Health Committee. So congratulations on your nominations. You will hear from the committee and you are accordingly discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable members, before our next guest, we'll take a short break. We won't leave the committee room, but we'll request that those who are not members of the committee should humbly leave the committee room, and the committee will do a short discussion on some issues. And this should include the media. Please, we promise not to be long. And we'll call you back when we are done. Thank you. So our revere. Our gentlemen and women of the media, we want the cameras off so that we can do our brief discussion.